And that is how my Father in heaven responds to me. Listen, I told you don't do that. I told you don't do that. And I told you that you better have the courage, because the kids, they may talk about you. They might say bad things about you, but you know, when you come home, what I have waiting for you, if you do what I tell you to, and also what I have waiting for you if you don't. So that's enough for me. That's enough for me. I have reached a place, and I'm telling you, I'm so blessed to have reached this place where, 5 years ago, I was so thin-skinned. Whatever anybody said would just, oh, my God, they don't like this rhyme, and, oh, my songs, and, and then one day I woke up, and it was like my skin was just, it was so thick, it was impenetrable by those fiery darts. They just had no effect, and I realized that was a strength and a confidence that only came from a higher source. And, we have to be determined, and you have to know that, for me now, I'm learning that it's more important to be righteous than to be right. I've tried to be right. This is right. This is an injustice. This is a travesty. I'm right. But I've been very unrighteous and still right. Oh, my God, because you can attack someone completely right, but it doesn't resolve anything. It doesn't solve your problem. So I understand now that the battlefield and that the war is so much greater than what we see before us. I live in this physical body. This is where I live, but there's something much deeper. Who I am, has nothing to do with, the hair and the shoe. Afraid of, it's of no effect. It's immaterial to me, because our enemies are not physical bodies, but our enemies are not, they're not flesh and blood. And our problems are not flesh and blood, even though we think they are. I realized that until you conquer the enemy in yourself, you can't deal with anyone. In order to be used by God, you have to really be used. We always want to be used for the glorious jobs. Let God put me on the stage in front of the people in the Grammy show with a nice dress on. Let me just praise your name. But that's not being used. Sometimes in order to be used, you also have to be humiliated. You have to be humiliated sometimes. You have to be kicked and beaten. And in that situation, the person who's kicking and beating, he's feeling more pain than you are. Love is an incredible thing. And we don't know love like we should. We always talk about, I have unconditional love. Unconditional love is, we don't even know it. Because if a person stops stimulating us, we stop loving them. You're not interesting to talk to anymore. Goodbye. But that real love.